Cougars. Okay, today we're gonna continue our journey on writing expressions, but today we're gonna have a twist. Instead of just using numbers and operations, we're gonna throw in a variable for one of the unknowns. So we're gonna look at this essential question of how do we write expressions using a variable. So let's talk about what is a variable. So a variable is something that can change. So it's unknown. It's an unknown number that can change. And often it's represented with a letter. So we use a letter to hold its place. So it's a number that can change, and it's represented by a letter. All right, so we use a letter for a variable. So it's a number that's going to change, and we use a letter. So we've got this like change piece here. It's a number, it's an unknown, it's something we're not really sure about. We use it a lot in algebra. So we're going to be writing expressions, which we know are math sentences. So we're going to be writing these math sentences with variables. So we're not only going to have numbers in our math sentences, but now we're going to throw in some letters. And it's going to be interesting, but you can do this. I know you can, because we have our notes and we have persistence. So we're going to try this out. So we have something, let's do an example. Okay, example A. We have 281 minus minus a quantity. Okay, minus a quantity. How about that? Let's just leave it at that for now. I want you to, one, come up with what's missing. Kind of like we did before. What is missing? Well, we're missing that second part, right? So let's go ahead and use a letter for quantity. Let's use Q. So we're missing this. I want to use a letter, and so we're going to use Q for quantity. We know minus stands for subtraction, right? It's in our subtraction category. So we know we're going to be subtracting. So let's color code this as subtraction. Subtraction. And we have our starting value right there. So our starting value is the number that it starts with. So we're going to use this number, subtraction, and Q, and we are going to write a sentence. We're going to write a math equation. So we're going to take this ELA phrase again, and we're going to turn it into a math equation. And this math equation is now, or expression, is going to look like 281 minus Q. That's it. That is all that you have to do. So 281 minus Q. That's it. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try another one. It oftentimes makes more sense when you have information around what the quantity represents. So like, I don't know. If they give you a letter, sometimes they'll give you a letter like the sum of B and 244. Again, there's a language arts phrase right there. There's your language arts phrase, and you have to turn it into a math phrase. We can turn it into a math phrase by looking at our clue word. Our clue word is sum. We know sum is addition. We know we're going to be using this letter and this number. It doesn't matter which one we start with in this sense because addition, they can go in any order. So we can add B, because it comes first, plus 244. 244. So B plus 244. My screen looks a little bit blurry. I'm going to fix it real quick. Maybe, if it lets me. There, that looks better. Okay. All right, so we had addition and we had subtraction. So let's do another one, and then we can see if you are able to do a try it. Okay? All right. Let's do 18 groups of 4. 18 groups of 4. Oh, I didn't. How about this? I did a numerical expression. Plus, my goodness, Missy Linder, you are tired. Plus 18 groups of 4 plus C more. Let's get fancy on this one. Let's challenge you. Okay, so we have 18 groups of 4 plus C more. So on this one, we actually have two things happening, which some of you got to in your IXL lessons. So this is a great one to see. So we have 18 groups of 4. Groups of 4 tells us that we need to be multiplying. So groups of 4 says to multiply. Multiplication I wrote in blue, so I think I'm going to use orange for now because I want you to be able to see it to stand out. So groups of means to multiply, and again I'm changing to a dot because if this was an X, you wouldn't know if I was talking about multiplication or the letter X, okay? So 18 groups of 4, so I've got this number, I have this number, but look, I have another thing here. I have plus, so we know plus, I have C more. Okay, so I've got a couple things happening here. I have technically I have 3 numbers and 2 operations. This goes back to our order of operations, right? All I'm going to do in this one, because it's addition and multiplication, is I'm just going to drop down my letters, or my numbers and my letters. So this one is 18 times 4 plus C. So let's go ahead and rewrite this so it actually looks like a math problem. 18 times 4. And I could even use parentheses if I wanted to do that first, plus C. So I had 18 groups of 4, plus I had C more. So I need to make sure I'm doing those first because it said I had that much, then I had C more. So I want to make sure that I use those parentheses there. Okay, that one was a really challenging one. Alrighty, here is your try it. Here is a try it for you. Okay, I want you to do this one. This is try it number 1. It says 164 and M more. And then try it number 2 says, let me get a different one. I don't like that one. – 18 divided by B. Okay, 18 divided by B. Okay, your turn to try it. Go ahead and hit pause so that you don't hear me do the examples. All right, so 164 and M more. So this one sounds to me like it's going to be addition because of the word and more. So I'm going to have 164 plus M. How did you do on that one? Okay, go ahead and check your work. Okay, on the next one. On the next one, what color do I use? Okay. This one tells me to divide by, so I'm going to divide by 18 divided by B. And normally your B would be a small b. I don't know why I did a big B, but it should just be a small b. Okay, give yourself a rating out of 3. How are you doing with writing expressions using a variable? How do you feel about that? And then down below, go ahead and answer your essential question. How do we write expressions using a variable? Answer it here. Give yourself a rating. 1, I don't like using letters. Why are we using letters? They're weird. 2, I'm okay. I just need some more practice, especially when you threw in a 2-step. Or 3, yeah, a letter's just like a number. I'm good. I can do this. Bring on the challenge. Where are you at right now with this? All right. Go ahead and head over to your practice work. And if you have any questions, stop by Google Classroom. Let me know so I can help you out. And as always, make it a great day the Cougar way.